Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the dishwasher's water supply underneath the sink. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Maytag Dishwasher Wash Impeller. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new wash impeller. The wash impeller is what circulates the water through the dishwasher. The main reason you'd be changing it out is if it's cracked or damaged and you have low or no water pressure in the dishwasher. In order to get to the part, we have to open up the dishwasher door, pull the lower rack out, and set it aside. Now that we have the lower dish rack out of the way, we can remove the spray arm. First thing we're going to do is unscrew this retaining nut and pull it out. Once you have the nut off, you can reach in and lift the spray arm assembly out and set it aside. Now that we have the spray arm assembly out of the way, we can reach in with a Torque 20 driver and remove all the screws that holds the filter in. Now that we have all the screws out, we can reach in and kind of shake the filter to break it free. Once you have it loose, you can lift it up. And there's a couple split rings right here in the filter. You want to take those out. You want to make sure you don't lose them. Once you have the split rings out, you can pull the filter assembly out of the dishwasher. Now we can take out the inner filter. It's just pressed into the groove in the pump. So all you have to do is lift up on it, pull it out, and set it aside. Once you have the filter out of the way, we can take this nozzle off and set it aside. And then we can take the inner arm off and set it aside. Now that we have everything out of the way, we're going to reach in with a needle nose and loosen up this nut that holds the support onto the pump. It just turns counterclockwise. All you have to do is loosen and unscrew it. Once you have it broke free, you can just reach in and unscrew it. Once you have it off, you can pull it out and then lift the support out. Now we can reach in with our 5/16 nut driver and take out the 3 screws that hold in the top of the pump. Once you have all 3 screws out, we can lift it off. Now we can take the wash impeller out. It's held in by a 5/16 bolt, so we're going to use the nut driver to take it out. It spins freely with the motor, so if your impeller is damaged or it's on there really tight, you can put a screwdriver in here like this to hold it, or if it's broken free already, you can just reach in and hold the impeller while you loosen the bolt. Once you have the bolt out, you can lift it out. If you don't have a magnetic nut driver, you can reach in with the needle nose and pull it out. The impeller is just set onto the shaft, but over time it may have rusted and the shaft may be stuck to the impeller. So we're going to put a little bit of penetrating oil or rust buster down there to kind of let it soak for a minute and see if we can get it to break free. Sometimes these things get stuck on here so bad that you actually have to break the impeller just to get it off, which it doesn't matter since you're replacing it, but we'll try to get it out without breaking it. Okay, we let the penetrating oil sit for a minute and we're just going to rock it back and forth and try to get it free. Once you have the wash impeller out, we can pull it out of the dishwasher. As long as you're in here and you have the impeller out of the way, you can lift these plates out and clean them so everything will work better. And while you have them out, you can clean the shaft off and get all the rust off of it so that when you put the new impeller on, you don't have as much rust on there and you won't have a problem getting it off in the future. Here's the old wash impeller next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Now that we have everything cleaned up, we can put the 2 filter plates over. There's oval openings that have to line up with this oval opening in the bottom of the pump. So we're just going to set these in. Once you have that lined up, we can set the new impeller in. To put the new wash impeller in, you want to look at the bottom. There's a flat on each side of it, just like on the motor shaft. So you want to line those up and set the new wash impeller down onto the shaft. Once you have it down, we can put the bolt in that holds it down. Before we put the bolt back in, we're going to put a little dab of blue thread locker on it. We noticed when we took it out and cleaned it up, there was a little bit on there. So we're just going to put a drop right up here at the top so that when we put the bolt in, it doesn't back out. Now we can use the 5/16 inch nut driver to tighten it down. Now that we have the wash impeller installed, we can put the rest of the pump back together. First thing we're going to do is put the housing back on top of the pump. You want to line up the screw holes and the tabs, make sure it drops down. Once you have it in place, we can put the 3 screws in and tighten them down with our 5/16 inch nut driver. Now that we have the housing back in, we can put the filter back in. As long as you have this out, you want to make sure you clean it up also. Once you have that in place, we can put the spray arm support in. All you have to do is set that down on top of the housing. Now that we have the support in, we can put this inner spray arm in. There are notches on it. You want to make sure that you line it up and make sure it goes all the way down. Once you have the arm on, we can replace the nut to hold everything down. Should be able to tighten it down by hand, but if you can't, you can use a needle nose to tighten it down. Just be careful, it is plastic. Once you have the nut tightened down, we can put the nozzle in. All you have to do is set it on top. Once you have the nozzle in, we can put the filter assembly in. When you put the filter assembly in, you want to make sure that this hole is at 6 o'clock so that these 2 nozzles are aligned with the pump openings. Now that we have the filter assembly in, we're going to go around and put all the screws in, and then we can use our Torque 20 driver to tighten them down. Now that we have the filter assembly in, we can put the split ring bearings in. You want to make sure you offset the openings, and you can just set them down in the top of the filter assembly. To put the spray arm back in, there are flats on each side and little tabs that have to go into the openings. So you want to make sure those line up and the spray arm goes all the way down. Once you have the spray arm on, we can put the nut back in that holds it in place. Now that we have the pump assembly put back together, we can put the lower dish rack back into the dishwasher. All you have to do is set it onto the door and slide it back into place. Once you have that in, you can close the dishwasher door, plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.